Our top story. Ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mega Howdy Modi event, Times now unearths a deadly hate Modi conspiracy which is being hatched to malign the Prime Minister. A shadowy group with mysterious origins is working overtime to hijack the show and discredit Modi to scare away prominent American lawmakers and participants from attending the event. This group is allegedly trying to whip communal passions across Houston and is recruiting young protesters to spread hate against Modi. And to do so, 16 mosques have been identified as the best pickup spots for these protesters who have been assigned the job to link Prime Minister Modi to communal events back in India. And shockingly, these protesters are all speaking in the same language as that of the blockage brigade in India.
Some 13 mosques, out of which Masjid Taqwa was one of them. So people, basically that's a gathering point at 8 a.m. is what it said.
Yeah, it's going to be a large protest in Houston.
So, and this is happening from your mosque also?
Yes.
And how many other mosques, if I could get an idea, if you have a team or something that's looking into?
Well, the whole city is doing it. Whole state of Texas is doing it. So there is.
And why is this happening?
Because of the atrocities in India against minorities.
Right. So while all attempts are being made to malign Prime Minister Modi's image before his Houston event, an unspoken right-wing activist has exposed this entire conspiracy. Listen in to Katie Hopkins as she vows to take down the anti-India lobby.
I'm here in Geneva at the UN building for the Human Rights Council 42nd meeting. And I'm here speaking out in support of Modi and his actions in Kashmir, where he has revoked Article 370. And what that means is, for the first time, minorities have rights. And for the first time in a long time, women have rights too. If they choose to marry someone from outside Kashmir, they still have the right to their property and the right to leave inheritance for their children. So it's a strange old thing, you know, that our mainstream media don't want to talk about that, seem to be taking the side of Pakistan and don't want to support Modi and his support for Hindus, minorities and women. Curious, isn't it, how it works? The other thing is that Imran Khan left this place saying that he felt very much that these people were on his side and that the 59 members of the Human Rights Council were definitely with him. Well, funnily enough, Imran, no, these people are not all with you. Secondly, there's only 48 members of the Human Rights Council, so you can't just go around making up 11 members to kind of suit your narrative.
Well, my colleague Meghna Dekka is joining me from the newsroom now. Meghna, if you can throw some more light on who are the people behind this hate Modi campaign, anti-India campaign before that big event in Houston.
Absolutely, Preeti. In fact, here on Times Now, we decided to deep dive and try and find out and unearth whatever we could about this organization, IHF. International Humanitarian Foundation is the name that they have given, and this is the information that we managed to cull out. So we're going to take you through, as well as our viewers, as to what really this organization stands for. When we went to their website, we got a lot of hashtags that they were using. One of the hashtags was that of PTIUSALLC. We tried to find out what it means, and then we figured out from a later link which went on across to Tehreek-e-Insaf Pakistan. This, of course, is Imran Khan's party. The entire abbreviated form of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf USALLC. That is what PTI USALLC really stands for. This is what we discovered. Let's also tell you what we found from their Facebook page. We went across and looked at the contact number. Of course, for the benefit of secrecy, we have blurred out the number, but this is the official number that we got. And when we tried calling this number, it was an American number with an American code to it, Houston based. When we called this number, we got a voice message. The voice message said the number is not yet allocated. So it's up to the viewers to decide how authentic this organization carrying out anti-Modi hate protests is really. Also, we found out that the first post on their Facebook page, the first ever post that was an anti-Modi poster which they've put up, it was only put up on 29th of August earlier last month, which is essentially just 25 days before the Modi event. So 25 days before the Howdy Modi event, this entire Facebook page is set up. Another thing that we discovered were the two events. Remember, they had only two events events on their Facebook page. What were the two events? Well, one of them was raising funds for the anti-Modi protest. The second one was the anti-Modi protest. So what really is the reason for the genesis of this entire IHF? They call themselves a humanitarian foundation. Well, it seems is to have anti-Modi protests.
That's right. The basis is only perhaps anti-Modi campaign. And like you said, whatever work they've done so far, only pointing towards one direction and one agenda. And that is to oppose Modi and make sure that they happen to malign his image in America before that big event. Because, Meghna, the fact is that at the moment, Pakistan is rattled. They don't know why Modi is so well received in America and how would global pressure actually fall on them ultimately.
Precisely. In fact, earlier in the day, here on Times Now, we are also telling our viewers today was the last day for Pakistan to try and move a resolution. Of course, ahead of the UNGA, they've been talking big. They've been talking a lot about what India has been doing, especially in the context of Kashmir. They're trying to spin an entire anti-India propaganda globally. Clearly, all of that has failed. They have realized now that they do not have enough support in the UN. They do not have enough support in the UNGA or the UNHRC to try and push through a resolution against India, specifically when it comes to Kashmir, especially because everyone's come out and openly said what India has done for Kashmir is essentially a good thing because it ensures that every Indian, be there in Kashmir or outside Kashmir, is going to have
for every
equal rights.
propaganda that Pakistan is trying to propagate in international community, we have fact-based answers and, pictures from Kashmir and people from Kashmir speak for themselves.